Power versus consistency. Which one is the best? This is your test quiz for today. Hi, and welcome to Tennis Treasures, the tennis millionaire, where your tennis dream becomes your actual tennis reality. My name is Rich Jackson, and it's our mission to expedite your specific tennis goal, especially if it's one of the two that's in our wheelhouse: free ride scholarship or making money on the pro tour. Ladies' choice, men's option. So let's get started. Power, Bruno thing, right? Macho, or consistency, like Pee Wee, little guy, 5'7". Doesn't have any big forehand or no big serve or anything. Which one has the most likelihood of winning that match? Well, of course, the skill levels have to be kind of close. They can both pass our 5 prerequisites. And I won't talk about all 5 today, but I will talk about a couple of them. All right, let's get started. We have an opinion, and of course, it's debatable, but not in our opinion. It's solid gold. What is it? It's consistency is the answer versus the power. Why? Can we explain this? Yes, of course we can explain this. All right. Why not power? And there's power players who can do this. Agassi. Let me start with that. There are facts out here. You can debate that. It's hard to debate that. Agassi, but he had to go through some hurdles. When you're starting to run up large hills or small mountains just to stay in shape to maintain this kind of power game all the time and placing it while having power too, consistently, that's a challenge. So, and there's other players like that too, on the women's side as well. So, here we go. Why not? Why not power all the time? One, because it's a habit now, and you generate unforced errors because of it. So, unforced errors is not a good idea, especially at critical times. Plus, now you're hitting hard balls when you're on the run, when another hard one's hit to you and you can barely get to it in time. So you're hitting power shots at the inappropriate time, which means you don't know your 3 lights. We can talk about that on another day, unless your coach has already informed you. Okay, so these are key components that need to be acknowledged. Plus, another thing about this power versus consistency is there's no surprise for your opponent. They know what you're going to do. They're already geared up and ready because they know what's coming. There's no what we call enigmatic part of you, which means mysterious part of you, which means unpredictable part of you. There's no layers deep part of you with multiple dimensions. All that I just mentioned and more is what Tennis Treasures is all about. We train you how to have all those key types of variables to choose from. From chess tennis to the military campaign approach. On and on. So, let me continue. All right. So, when you talk about our 5 prerequisites, number 3 on our 5 list is what we're talking about today. You need to be mentally pliable, flexible to new concepts, new ideas, a different way to practice, another way to look at certain time periods throughout the match. We come from a different perspective, a multidimensional side of tennis. What's our motto? Work smarter versus harder. So you got Bruno over here, just trying to intimidate everybody, and he does intimidate everybody. He's tall, 6'7", 230 pounds or whatever. And here you got a 5'7" here, 145 pounds. Let me show you a visual. Here is a consistent player who was very, very successful on the pro tour. He's retired now. This is him right here. David Ferreira. How do you know he was consistent? Well, let's start with the facts. 5'6" or 7, I can't remember. I think it's 5'6", frankly. I mean, most of my girlfriends are a little taller than that. Then, does he have a huge serve? No. What about a giant forehand that's very scary? No. No surprising backhand. No. But how much did he make in his career? Was he injured very often? No. How much money did he make? Oh, I'm sorry, did I forget that? Over $30 million in his total career. That's why he's on the front cover. He was under the media's radar. Hey, we know something. We know a lot, frankly, but I got to start off with getting your understanding that we know something. All right. Number 4 on our prerequisite list. I told you number 3. Number 4 is able to maintain long rallies. It is so hard to maintain a long rally if you have only, or 90%, a power game. I mean, that you're pushing yourself to the limit. It's like redlining in a sports car. You're really working harder instead of smarter, in our opinion. Okay? So, you got the picture for the most part on some of this. So let's keep going. What are the advantages of having a power game? Let's talk about that. Let's be honest. All right. There are advantages. One is you have the opportunity, once you get skilled enough, to end the points more quickly. I think that's an advantage. All right. What's another one? It's a crowd pleaser, which means it's an ego booster, which means that it's exciting for all those who are watching you play. It's like, wow, I can't wait to see this person play again. Gee, you see those booming forehands? They were so amazing. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when the dust settles, we want you to win the match and many after that. Plus, when you're trying to play this power game, you don't want to injure yourself either. Your human form can only take so much. So consider that as well. All right, let me check my note. Okay. Yeah, so in the end, we encourage you to practice balance. That's a big deal in life, period. Older people can tell you that. Not that I'm much older, of course. I'm not that old. I'm younger than I look. But you want balance on your tennis game, too. In your tennis game, you want to be able to do power mixed in with other elements, with consistency, with a balance. You want to be able to do the S's, which is morphing one style to another style to another style. So that you now are complicated for your opponent because you can play a different style and still be kind of consistent. Very consistent is our goal. Don't forget, number 4, to be able to hang with any player, to be able to, that's our prerequisite, be able to hold long rallies. That means tremendous footwork and speed and agility and patience. That's a skill all its own. Right? Agree? Makes sense? Okay. So, that's in the end, you want to balance. All right? So the player with balance. Let's talk about some players with balance. Let's give you some tangibles. A good example, if you want an example of a player who's made tons of money and is popular, is Andy Murray. And Andy Murray is a powerful defensive player, and that's one of our homework assignments, to have you practice being a defensive player for a week or two. All right? And that alone is a skill that's needed from all the top players. Our information in this training manual comes from the top players. the Andy Murrays, the Roger Federers, the Del Potros, everybody you can think of that's at the top. I mean, huge, Rafa Nadal. So, also, Novak Djokovic. He isn't out there booming big serves. His average first serve is around 125, 122, something like that. People on the, a lot of players on the Challenger Tour are faster than that with their serve, big time. But Novak Djokovic, and this is my opinion, he is a surgeon on the tennis court. That means he can hit spots that he chooses to. He is very, very, very precise. He's got a nickname also. Here's your test again. What's his nickname? The Wolf. He has to have more than just being a surgeon. He has to have this aggressive mentality that doesn't give up, that's not afraid to work hard, which is our fifth prerequisite, is strong work ethics. So let's carry forward to the end here as we prepare to conclude. You got to ask yourself, oh, and by the way, David Ferrer, patient. He is able to run down all types of shots. He likes to go cross court more than down the line. And he has tremendous racket speed on all of his strokes, basically. He was the gatekeeper for years of anybody trying to get into the top 10 on the planet. He was around top 10, 11, 9, right in that area. And if you can win against him, hey, you're in the top 10 world. You're good. So, in conclusion, you got to ask yourself, which direction are you traveling? You're traveling for Bruno or Pee-wee or the balance of both? Well, think about it. Hey, you got that choice. You got that option. Consider it. So, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified with our next video that's coming out this week. It's going to be an exciting one too. And I'll see you on the next video. Where's my remote? Oh, yes, here it is. So, see you on the next video, and feel free to leave a comment. And I'll respond back to you ASAP. Take care. This is RJ. Talk to you soon.